United States dollar took another pounding on German, French, and British exchanges this morning, hitting the lowest point ever known in West Germany. It has declined there by 41% since 1971, and this Canadian thinks it's time to speak up for the Americans as the most generous and possibly the least appreciated people in all the world. As long as 60 years ago, when I first started to read newspapers, I read of floods on the Yellow River and the Yangtze. Well, who rushed in with men and money to help? The Americans did, that's who. They have helped control floods on the Nile, the Amazon, the Ganges, and the Niger. Today, the rich bottomland of the Mississippi is underwater, and no foreign land has sent a dollar to help. Germany, Japan, and to a lesser extent Britain and Italy were lifted out of the debris of war by the Americans, who poured in billions of dollars and forgave other billions in debts. None of those countries is today paying even the interest on its remaining debts to the United States.
Gordon Sinclair was a very well-known and respected broadcaster in Canada for many years. In 1973, he had a radio hit on his hands, doing nothing more than reading that speech, The Americans, with the background of patriotic music. As a child of the mid-'70s, that was about the time I was spending a lot of hours listening to not only music along the AM radio dial, but paying close attention to what were then the few talk voices discussing various discourses of the day. It was also about that time I began to understand more about my world than merely who had the #1 hit, because in those archaic days, we didn't have the stupidity that is reality TV. We weren't being verbally assaulted 24/7 by fluffy talking TV heads who would rather have a variety show of dancing and jokes than deliver the truth about news of the day. We were learning more about the real world we lived in. And for me, it was Gordon Sinclair, a Canadian, who spoke to me about what America was, who we needed to be, and what we needed to understand about national pride.
When the Americans get out of this bind, as they will, who could blame them if they said to hell with the rest of the world? Let somebody else buy the bonds. Let somebody else build or repair foreign dams or design foreign buildings that won't shake apart in earthquakes. When the railways of France and Germany and India were breaking down through age, it was the Americans who rebuilt them. When the Pennsylvania Railroad and the New York Central went broke, nobody loaned them an old caboose. Both of them are still broke. I can name to you 5,000 times when the Americans raced to the help of other people in trouble. Can you name to me even one time when someone else raced to the Americans in trouble? I don't think there was outside help even during the San Francisco earthquake. Our neighbors have faced it alone, and I'm one Canadian who is damn tired of hearing them kicked around. They'll come out of this thing with their flag high, and when they do, they're entitled to thumb their noses at the lands that are gloating over their present troubles.
I, too, am sick and damn tired hearing from certain presidential candidates about how the American dream is dead, how America is being beaten at every turn, and how there is no hope for this country because of who our leaders have and might be. You know who you are. I'm not going to give you the courtesy of speaking your name in this arena. From this moment forward, I'm going to spend a hell of a lot more time seeking out those who never falter in the American dream, those who seek to prove we are still the best nation on earth, and we don't have to be jerks to prove it. I love my home. And I'm damn sure not going to let liars and frauds destroy what we are and what we have yet to become. Now the question, you going to join me? That's telling it like it is. We're going to tell it like it is tonight when we cover the Republican debate. Make sure you join us at 9 o'clock Eastern Time, 6 o'clock Pacific Time for all the coverage right here on Newsmax. Rock on, true believers. See you tomorrow night, right back here on The Hard Line.